don't you think it's weird to throw a celebration for us? I mean, we haven't done anything heroic in years. What if everyone thinks we're washed up? Oh, what if we are washed up?
Luckily, we will not need to perform any heroics. Unless you count smiling and waving.
Right.
The last Lombax in the universe and the robot with the soul of the Zoni, Ratchet and Clank. Let good old Captain Quark explain the rest.
We all started on planet Bell with Ratchet, a restless tinkerer, hungry for adventure. That night, Clank came crashing from the night sky. Ratchet rescued the defective warbot, and the rest is intergalactic history.
This duo have saved the universe multiple times, and just recently, they saved even the multiverse where they meet their interdimensional counterparts, Rivet and Kit. But there's just one other dimension they've yet to visit.
Where are we headed?
I think you know.
Ratchet and Clank will obviously have Rivet and Kit as an Echo Fighter. Ratchet and Rivet's additional movement options will have them be able to wall jump and temporarily wall cling. For gimmicks, first we'll let Ratchet select a weapon and or gadget through the iconic weapon wheel with his down B. The arsenal will include 20 of the most iconic and destructive tools in all of Ratchet's history. And it gets better. In order to keep Ratchet's moveset fresh, any weapon that had a new design for Rift Apart will use that exact loop for Smash. But what if some of them run out of ammo? Well, fear not, because Ratchet's other gimmick is one similar to Steve's crafting table, in which 1 or 2 ammo crates will spawn on stage and will exclusively refill his most recently used weapon. And probably the most creative gimmick I came up with, if Ratchet is defeated, Clank will quickly hop onto the stage having his very own health percentage and moveset, which I'll discuss much later. For now, we'll have to focus on Ratchet and Rivet.
All right, let's get to it! Yes, you there in the front.
Ratchet's jab is the iconic 3-hit swing combo he's had since the first game. His dash attack, all 3 tilts, and even the forward air are the Comet Strike, another move Ratchet's had since the PS2 games, in which his Omni-Wrench acts like a boomerang. The idea is that Ratchet can use this attack while standing, walking, running, or jumping. Side and up smashes have Clank rapidly propelling Ratchet into a pinpointed direction. This emulates the super jump that comes from most games. A cool visual gimmick I want to add is that Clank and Kit will switch between the helipack and jetpack features. Down smash, however, will have Clank only using the jetpack feature so Ratchet can perform the ground pound. Fun fact, this is the ability that helped the duo save Velding from Sherman Drek. Neutral air has Ratchet spin while holding his wrench horizontally. This move imitates Ratchet's dance animation while fighting Captain Quark in the 2016 reimagining. Back air has Clank use his I-beams from going commando. Up air has Clank use his upper helicopter blades to strike any opponent above Ratchet. And down air has him perform the wrench slam attack, which he has also used since the first game. Ratchet will grab his opponents with an electromagnetic beam. Our feature is Wrench Hat in Quest for Booty and A Crack in Time. Forward throw has Ratchet pull out the Vac U-4000 from All for One, in which Ratchet will quickly hijack the opponents and soon after throw them far into the distance. Back air has Ratchet throw the opponent backwards above, so Clank will hop and kick them even further, in reference to Clank's fictional role, Secret Agent Clank. Up throw has Ratchet cling his wrench onto the opponent and use Clank's jetpack feature to rapidly fly around them and spring them high up into the air. And his down throw will also have Ratchet go around the opponent, but this time it's slower and acts as a burying move. These last two are a reference to the bolt cranks, these mini puzzles Ratchet has toyed with since the first game. For Rivet though, it'll be her finishing hammer slam from her actual jab. Ratchet's neutral special will act as a simple action button. Pretty much all he'll do is fire whatever weapon or use whatever gadget that the player has chosen with the down special. Oh, and just so you know, if you maintain, not only will Ratchet be able to fire consecutively, he'll also be able to run around while shooting. But keep in mind, every weapon will deal minimal damage, so sorry if you don't feel like a powerhouse combining the Agents of Doom, the Warmonger, and Mr. Zircon on stage. Side B has Ratchet use his hover shoots. More specifically, the pair given to him by his diseased mentor from A Crack in Time, Alistair Acidus. This attack will be similar to Bowser Jr., in which not only does he deal decent damage, but he will be able to spin while hovering. Don't get any ideas though. Ratchet will still be vulnerable to attacks. And finally, for his up B, Ratchet will use the swing shot. If he uses this on the ground, he'll simply be pulled up into the air. If Ratchet is already in the air, he'll just swing back and forth. Oh yeah, and he will be able to spam this and won't be put into freefall. But Ratchet will still be vulnerable to attacks, plus if he takes hits in the air, he still might run the risk of falling off stage. Speaking of which, what happens if he is off stage? Well, not to worry, cause Clank will be left there to finish the fight. Yep, I'm giving Clank his very own moveset. His only additional movement option will be to jump thrice with his holopack. Clank will have a 2-hit jab, similar to the older games. Similar to Ratchet, his dash attacks, tilts, and forward air all have Clank use his own boomerang-like dagger from All for One. Side Smash has Clank use his Time Scepter from A Crack in Time to perform a 2-hit swing attack. Up Smash has Clank perform a strong backflip, another reference to Agent Clank. Down Smash is Clank's spinning move he's had since All for One. Neutral Air has Clank do this exact thing, but it won't be as strong. Back air is a simple spin kick, up air also has Clank use his helicopter blades like before, and down air has him perform the hand slam he does in most of the games. Clank also in Scrunch the Monkey to grab the opponents, and he'll pummel them with his own kick. Forward throw also has Clank use the Back Q 4000. Back throw has him spinning around his own torso to throw the opponent far backward. Up throw has him spawn a trampoline gadget bot to send them up into the air. And down throw has Clank jump above the opponent and quickly turn into his backpack to squash and bury them. Neutral B has Clank throw a time bubble from A Crack in Time, which will freeze whoever opponent it lands on, sending them to slow motion. However, Clank can only use one of these at a time, so you better make sure to know which opponent to throw it at. The rest of the specials will have Clank use his puzzle tools from Rift Apart. Side B has Clank use the Speed Booster, which will let him headbutt any opponent. And just like with Ratchet, he will still be vulnerable to attacks. Up B has him use his anti-gravity tool. It's a simple hovering ability, but it will let him attack from the air. And down B has Clank use the electricity tool, which will let him teleport anywhere through the stage, similar to Meta Knight. For Ratchet's final smash, he will pull out the Rhino.
As in, rip you a new one.
This thing will be able to shoot lasers, rockets, and plasma projectiles while patriotic music plays in the background. Rivet's final smash has her pull out the Rhino 8. With this thing, Rivet will be able to open portals above her opponents, and said portals will be rifts to whatever opponent's respective homeworld. Oh yeah, and unlike 90% of the other final smashes, they will be able to run around with their respective weapons and even fire them at will. And the scariest thing is, these two will only go away once each has run out of ammo. For both Clank and Kid's final smash, they will both go full Warbot mode. For Clank, it'll be an off-stage final smash that acts similar to Bowser's, while as for Kid, it'll act similar to Rob by simply shooting rockets and lasers. For aesthetics, Ratchet will wear his default orange and blue attire from Tools of Destruction with Clank painted silver for himself, Commando suit from Going Commando and blue for the Proto-Pet, armor from Up Your Arsenal with Clank wearing his Secret Agent Clank suit as an alternate costume, Gladiator suit from Deadlocked and yellow for Big Al, Black Star armor from Tools of Destruction and red for Emperor Tachyon, Holoflux armor from A Crack in Time and pink for Orbis, Vulcanax suit from Into the Nexus and pinkish purple for Mr. I and his minions, and finally the Galactic Ranger armor from the 2016 reimagining and green for Captain Quark. For Rivet, she'll don all of the armors she and Ratchet unlocked throughout the game. Her default outfit, Carnock's Advanced Armor, Lombax's Praetorian Armor, Pirate Robot Armor, Wasteland Armor, Captain Starshield Armor, Purple Hacker Suit, and her White Robot Disguise. While for Kit, yellow for herself, orange for Captain Quantum, blue for Pierre Laferre, pink for Gary, gray for Juice, and white for Emperor Nefarious. The rest can be original colors. Both intro animations have both Ratchet and Rivet arrive in their respective ships. For Ratchet's up taunt, he'll playfully throw his wrench and catch it. Side taunt has him use his, taunter, while Rivet playfully wiggles her fingers. And down taunt has Ratchet handstanding, while Rivet breakdances for a bit. For Clank, up taunt has him scan the environment. Side taunt has him mimic karate moves, like in that one cutscene in Tools of Destruction, and Downtown has him be surrounded by some of the Zoni while he admires them. Kit will instead be surrounded by her possibilities. For victory animations, first we'll have Ratchet pick up a golden bolt and appreciate it before storing it in his pocket. Second, we'll have Ratchet and Clank celebrate for a bit until Clank goes on a crazy dancing spree. And once the victory frame is over, he'll get a bit embarrassed. And for their third victory animation, Ratchet and Clank come from a teleporter and will be smiling and waving. As for Rivet and Kit, their second victory animation will have Rivet come into the frame on a Speedo and jump off on a dramatic landing pose. And their third victory animation has the two posing victoriously, similar to when they beat Dr. Nefarious at the Xerxes Arena. That's it for today. I'm planning to make this another 3-parter similar to the Sonic one, so let me know if you look forward to that. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, comment your thoughts down below, and as always, stay faithful and hopeful.